Good morning. Why isn't my screen? Why am I not on screen? Alison, come back. All is forgiven. Hide. There it is. Ah. Hi, morning, Bibs. How you doing?
Morning.
God, this is so complicated, Alison. I forgive you. Please. She hasn't done anything wrong. She hasn't done anything wrong. Jesus. StreamYard is so complicated, isn't it? You've got to do so much. So how you doing, Bibs?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm much better, thank you. Last time we spoke
Good.
was at the weekend event, wasn't it? In Bournemouth.
Yes, it was. And it was lots of fun.
I
Very
still
busy.
I still remember that time when we was outside before we walked into the room and you said to me, no one's going to be in there. No one's going to be in there. No, I don't know, I'm so nervous. And then you walked in and it was packed. And
I
you were like,
know, like every
oh,
single table was full, wasn't it? And I
what?
was like,
But it was lovely because the questions and the knowledge that you had all about crystals, wonderful. And that's what you're
yeah.
doing here today. So what are you doing today? Oh, just before we start, just to let everybody know that we are having some internet issues. So Bibs may disappear every now and then, but I'm here anyway.
Yay. So so might be Richard taking over if I get bumped off. So sorry. Sorry about the internet problems.
Oh, I'm not going to knock her off. Off you go. Yeah. So what are you doing here today?
Okay, so people normally kind of want to know quite a bit about crystals, so it's just open sort of platform for people asking questions, and then starting a bit of a discussion. So if anybody does want to ask questions, fire away. I can't actually respond on StreamYard to typing questions.
Yeah.
So I have to go into a different section to be able to actually read them. So Richard, it might be you reading them to me.
I can read them out and put them on screen for you. We can do that. It's not a problem. Should we do some hellos then to all these lovely people watching at home? So we have Terry.
Hello, Terry.
I've got Christine.
Dean.
Mark's in the house, as they say. Can you see
hello, everybody.
We've got
right. So I've swapped over, and I can see comments now.
Great. That's okay. We've got Rebecca's here as well.
We've got watching. Honara Lewis, first time from the USA.
Oh.
Hello.
Oh yeah, you have. Yeah. So I was going up from the top. Yeah, Honora Lewis. Yeah, first time from state of New Jersey. Good morning to you. Thank you for sharing. So please like, share, and follow. Help our channel grow. Who else we got? We've got Trish. She's here as well. We've got Alison. I hope the kitchen, everything's coming along.
Hi, Alison.
So we got Audrey here as well. Christine Murray is with us. Oh, one. God, this moves this quick, this chat, doesn't it? I want my own system back. I want my own system back.
Goes a little bit crazy.
How do you do it, Alison? Gee, I'll have to send you. I'll have to send her some flowers to say thank you. That's what I'll do. So we've got Caroline from Africa. Caroline, I should say, from Africa. And we have our Julie Caswell's here as well. So there's quite a few of you on this morning. Thanks very much. Before we start with Bibs, hope you don't mind me just taking this over just for a few seconds. So you can get yourself sort of tuned in or whatever you need to do with the power sort of thing. Namaste and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. Just let everybody know that tonight, obviously, Matt and Kirsty won't be on. So you have the lovely Deb Clark and me. And the reason why we're doing that is I put this on screen. And you got to hide the banners as well. That's a bit naff, isn't it? So anyway, Matt and Kirsty don't know I'm doing this. I'm probably going to get a big telling off that Matt and Kirsty's been on SPtv from the very beginning. And because of Kirsty back and forth in hospital, as they've quite openly mentioned, they've had to cancel weeks worth of work so they can concentrate on Matt and Kirsty getting well. I know they're very proud people, and I know they won't ask for help. So I'm asking everybody on SPtv if they could kindly donate, even if it's only £1. If you can't afford that, please, please, please send out some healing thoughts to them, because we know that healing does help. But we're raising funds to try and help them financially through this really hardship where they've got no income coming in whatsoever, no help from the government, no readings, because they've had to cancel everything to concentrate on Kirsty's health. So I put upon myself to ask everybody, all our viewers, for this next week to try and support. And if you get a reading, please just donate. If you can't donate, as I say, just send up some healing. So we ask you to go to donations.spiritualpsychicstv.online and just contribute. As I say, if you can't, then by all means, just send out the healing thoughts. So that's what we're doing. And I'm expecting a text message from Matt telling me off any moment. Anyway, so that's that over with. So that's what's on tonight. Let's go back to the comments, because we've got lots of comments coming in. We did have a question, Bibs, from Deb.
Okay.
Saying, I would like to know if I'm saying a open and closing prayer and still get affected. What can I do differently, please?
What do you mean by that?
I think she means protection. I would like to know if I'd like to know if I am saying an opening and closing prayer and still get affected, and what I can do differently, please. I think that's more what protection she gets. If you can clarify that, and what crystal would be good for doing opening, closing, and protecting yourself if you're doing like an inner circle.
So, okay, so the good crystals for that is obsidian or tourmaline. So they're the black crystals. Septarian is also a good one, but it's a little bit, so if you're new to crystals, you've got your kind of crystals that you have, which are your kind of go-to crystals. But if you're not so new to crystals and you want to actually start exploring more different types of crystals, you can get really into like some quite rare ones. So Septarian, this one here, is very good for opening the chakras and then closing them down, because obviously when we open them, sometimes we open them too much and we go a little bit woo woo and we get stuck up there, and we need to bring ourselves back down into ground and into like this sort of reality and being able to function in the day-to-day life as human beings as we know ourselves to be. So Septarian, and what Septarian does is it actually means 7 for a start, and 7 is a very protective number. So already you're going into the sort of meditation or opening and closing being protected by the number 7. So the intentions are already set, and it gives you guidance on how to sort of protect yourself whilst you're in a state of meditation and opening and closing. It's also grounding. So it's also related to the serpents, which is shredding skin. So it's constant renewal. So it's going to be constantly reminding you subconsciously to do that opening and closing, because it's already had the intention set into it, if that makes sense.
Yep.
And then obviously team that with your black crystals to like home in extra protection. So just think black protection. There you go.
Wow. So don't forget, if you've got any questions for Bibs, obviously we're not here to do health, finances, or love life. We don't do that on our channel whatsoever, because you should have enough love in your life as it is, and that's just by listening to me. That's all you need. Okay, that's not going to work. Anyway, moving on. Good morning to Gina. I see you just come in here. Heather's got a question here. and it's I don't know.
Lumarin quartz. Well, people say it sort of differently, so it could be Lumarian, so it's quite hard to sort of say. So this is an amazing crystal. Basically, what happens with this crystal is it goes all the way back to the Lumaran race, where they would go in, walk into the woods and the forests and their grounds and things like that, and they would find bits of quartz in the ground, and they were very, very small, sort of shard, kind of sword wand type looking things, quite rough edges, and they started to pick them up, and they were like, wow, what is this? Because they're quite pretty. And then what they would do is they would then take that and they would put it on their fires and burn it to release energy, because they believed that all of a sudden there was these crystals or these rocks or whatever they would have called them back then, of, oh, okay, well, this is in the ground and we found this. So they then again set intentions and put it in the fires, burnt them, and then released what they believed to be this very high vibrational energy, which would then bring about good luck, good fortune, good possibilities, sort of renewing and sort of just protecting yourself on a more magical level. So this crystal, it is a form of quartz. Obviously, we've got lots of different quartzes, but they're actually seeds. So what they would do is they'd be started to process the subconsciously planting seeds, and things will grow kind of attitude, and then they will grow with good intentions, and from that they would then do a ritual around the fire. So that they're very old as well, these ones, we're talking like thousands of years old, so they come with a lot of like inner knowledge of getting you up to like high vibrations of more like magical and manifesting good fortune, yeah, and just that really nice spiritual calming kind of. And also because they did it together around rituals, they they work together, so it brought community in. So that one's quite good if you want to bring community, or you've got a community project that you need help with. Lumarin.
How do you learn all this? Is it like taking you years?
Because I've said before on the show I did before, obviously it was all through my just healing myself, really. I had a really very bad accident and I had memory loss, but in that time I literally just sat there and I read whilst I was laid up in bed and I couldn't walk. So I just read, and I just found it really healing. I had some crystals in my hands and I was literally like, oh, the energy coming from them. And then my mum bought me 3 books, and I just liked that. And she just said every time she would come in, I was just like this, my nose in a book. And I somehow, even though I had memory loss, I somehow managed to retain the information. So I don't know, I just stored it. So it's like, people are like, oh, I don't know all of them, but this is what I mean. It's a forever going journey. So, and there's thousands to learn about. And I just find it really interesting, really. So one crystal comes my way and I just read up on it.
See, I've got a terrible memory. I can't remember anything. If it wasn't for Terry and Alison and saying to me, this is on today, you got to do this, you got to do that, I wouldn't have a clue what I was doing. Literally, in my brain, it just goes. Now, I can sit here and code all day and I remember it. Someone tells me to meet you at 1 o'clock. I think, who am I meeting at 1 o'clock? Prime example, when I'm doing my fake readings, for example, I always forget within like seconds who I'm giving a reading for. That is how bad, it's just terrible. You know, I think it's because I'm just too lazy. So, I noticed we got the lovely Leslie Morton and Michelle here as well. And Alison, you are welcome. Questions are coming in thick and fast for you. We got Rebecca coming in. How can I protect myself from someone's negative energy? It's insane, and I have to see this person next month. I am an empath. Thank you.
Okay, so how you can protect yourself from someone's negative energy. Like what I said before. Okay, so bronzite is a good crystal for this one. So if I just show you bronzite, so it's kind of like brown with a bit of goldy kind of
Oh, I've got
shimmer.
one there.
So this is actually mixed with tourmaline. Okay, so the tourmaline, like what I just said a second ago, is very good for your protection, because what it does is so this is all black crystals. Okay, so black crystals will like suck out negative energy in the home and in the sort of areas that you are in. Okay, and then it then literally puts up an energetic block out there to anything coming back in again. Tourmaline, obsidian, things like that are very good to put around doorways. So you've got to think, when we're going out into the world, which isn't our little safe space, we are instantly picking up energy. This is why it's so important to be grounded. So we then come home and we then actually bring that energy in, or anyone we're letting into our homes, we are letting that energy in. So this is why it's quite important to do kind of just, even if you do it in your mind, to just put, I see I'm looking over here because I'm looking at the window, to just put a kind of an intention around all of the portholes. So portholes are doorways, windows, chimneys, fireplaces, TV screens, computer screens, sort of even like things like washing machines and toilets, like behind there, anything that's going to have a crack or a hole or an entrance into your safe space. Okay, so then what you do is you put your tourmaline and obsidian all around, even your gardens and your garden gates. Okay, also, it's going to sound weird, but get a gnome as well and put it in your garden, just like a little gnome ornament. It can just be a little tiny one or a fairy ornament, something like that, because these beings are quite spiritual, and they represent sort of protection. So it's all about blocking the portholes. Okay, so then that will block the energy of these people coming in. Likewise, you carrying then bronzite is a good one to carry around with you if you've got to go into someone's space, and because they've got free will, but as long as you protect yourself, then so that's protecting the area that you're in, but also you protect yourself by wearing bronzite or amethyst. Amethyst is a good one. It's the purple one, and it's probably the easier one to get hold of as well. That's bronzite. I've just seen that. Yes, okay, I can wear these on me too. Yes, you can wear them. So you can wear them in the form of like a necklace, a bracelet, or just have them in a little pouch. Take them in your bag. Amethyst is a good one because what it does is it deblocks you. So unblocks you of your energy that you've stored inside your chakras. It cleanses your chakras, and then if you then put a tourmaline or a black one with it.
She's saying that amethyst is her birthstone.
Nice. Yeah, so get the amethyst in it.
We've had a quick question from Sally, and she's asking, hi Richard, SPtv, does our questions have to be crystal related?
Well, they don't have to be. I mean, I can try and answer some if you want.
Yeah, between us, I think we can rule the world. That's a song there, isn't there? Take that, I think. Yeah.
Rule the world.
Not like
what
that.
What I do with myself. So basically, I'm like psychic, but I draw upon like energy from the earth mainly, and sort of interdimensional stuff going on. And I use crystals as a tool to kind of pull forwards that guidance and energy. So that's what the crystals are about. Yeah. And then obviously anybody who wanting to know specific crystals, I've obviously got the knowledge. But when I'm doing my psychic stuff, it's fun. I use it as a tool, but then actually it just then all starts coming through anyway. I could do it without the crystals as well, but I just really love the crystals. So
because you do private one-to-one readings, don't you? And you use the crystals. How does that work? Do you like to get them to pick a crystal, or are you drawn to a crystal and you read it from there? How does that work?
So normally I get them to pick blind the crystals. So I get them to pick a number between 1 and 20. They pick 3 numbers. Okay, so they get 3 numbers. And then I pick what the crystals are from the numbers. And then that will then start their reading. And then all this information will start coming through. And then we then go and look at that actual crystals and the properties, and it will align with the reading that they've just had. It's really, really quite interesting, because obviously the crystals come from different parts of the earth, things like that. So the earth, different parts of the earth have different energies, and so they're going to help you in different ways. So from reading, it's almost like reading from the earth, if that makes sense. You know, they're like the purest things you can get because they are from the ground. So the energy is insane in some of these fossils and crystals. So that's why I do like to read from them, because it actually draws it up out and helps you. And then 9 times out of 10, people are like, wow, that really helped me, and it was spot on. So that crystal is spot on. And then it's nice because you actually get the crystals as well after the reading, because I just think, what's the point in having a crystal reading, and then you don't actually have the crystals to sort of take home with you. So then you can have that then as your sort of thing to remind you of what the guidance was.
Fascinating. I find I've never really looked into crystals, and I know we met at the weekend away, and it's just your afternoon show was just so fascinating. And I know when you finished doing your talk and your demo, it was the queues were just lining up to talk to you. I find it fascinating, absolutely fascinating. So a huge thanks for coming on, because you do this monthly now with Alison, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Right, and because obviously I must apologize, I don't watch all the shows. Anyway, do you do readings with Alison on here sometimes?
Yeah.
Or is it just doing it? Oh, right. Okay. We've got some more questions. There's one I've just seen. So if you want, we'll do some readings in a moment. Julie as well has said, question, how discovered all the things that crystals can help with? I suppose it's just people learning.
And how? What?
Yeah, discovered the things that crystals can help with.
And how discovered all of them. So basically, I'm not 100% sure like who specifically, but how it works is like what I just said, is where it's from, where they are sourced from certain areas of the earth, that earth or those countries have certain energies. Okay, and then depending on how old they are, it then starts going along the lines of historic, and history has energy. You know, and it all goes back to sort of, it's almost like mindset. Okay, so it goes back to, for example, the easiest way I can explain it is the 4-leaf clover is like a lucky charm. Years and years ago, somebody said it was a lucky charm, so that has given people that intention. So now, no matter what, it is just bred into us that it is a lucky charm. So we're like, right, I need some luck. Oh, I'm going to buy one of these, or I'm going to get one of these, or incorporate this into my life. It's the same thing with crystals and fossils and things like that. It's the same thing with sort of using stuff for meditation. You know, it is a tool, it is a form of something to be able to get you to the places you want to go. If you believe in the energies and the crystals, then it will work. If you don't, it won't work. But it's also but no mistaking that it does hold a high energy, because it is literally sourced from the ground. So it's more like the energies from the ground that has now been like kind of pumping into the fossils and the crystals. Also the sea as well, because you know, some of these crystals are actually sourced from underneath. So I call it the ground underneath the ground, because it's the sea. They're so old that it comes with the energy of that.
Fascinating. I think I could just sit here and listen. Do you have a book or anything that people can purchase, or Buy
book?
all about the. Yeah. Do you have your own book?
Sorry, say that again because it just
Yeah.
flipped off a little bit.
Okay. Do you have your own book that people can learn about crystals and purchase from you? Have you written a book? I don't know.
No, not my own book, but I am. People can purchase like crystal charts, things like that off me, and they can purchase the crystal books off me. I haven't actually written my own book, but I am actually going to be getting my own deck of cards, my own crystal cards that I'm designing. But I am also this year now doing crystal courses where people can actually learn from me, and they can join in on the course and actually learn all about the crystals and fossils, because we can't forget about fossils. Fossils are very, very important as well.
If you want more information on Bibs, you can actually go to her Facebook page, which is Crystal Clear Workshops. Go on there, and all your workshops, talks, and maybe a book in the future, from you.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Right, shall we crack on with some readings, because I think we've got a lot of questions as well, but if we split it, I think that will probably be a good idea. So how do you work when do you get to feel drawn to people when you do readings, or how do you work?
Yeah, normally I just want people, if they could just start saying if they would like a reading, and then I should be able to see names, and then I feel drawn to someone.
You've got Sally Ann saying, Bibs, please may I have a crystal reading? I'm going through such turmoil right now. Rebecca reckons yes, a book could be a good idea. There you go, hint, hint. Gina is saying, can I have a reading?
So Sally Ann, pick a number between 1 and 20.
So Sally Ann, 1 and 20, please. I'll just put that on the screen so we can see who she is. See, this is polite, isn't it? Can I have a reading, please? Can I have a reading morning? That's nice when people ask politely, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sally Ann, we're still waiting for the comment.
And then I'm drawn to Mandy Magri as well. So Mandy Magri, if you pick a number between 1 and 20, not number 7, because Sally Ann has just said number 7.
Yeah.
Also, everybody, if you don't get picked for a reading, please do think about a number, because someone else might pick the number, and you will probably find that it will be more like kind of like an open, like with the properties and things, be like, okay, yes, that actually would, that, take it for yourself as well. Okay. Now, just warning you, I don't always get spirit come through, but I do work with energy and sort of guidance based. Okay, so don't be disappointed if spirit doesn't come through as well, because it doesn't come through for everybody. And I'm not like a full-on mediumship. I choose not to do the mediumship hardcore, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, okay, so we've got Sally Ann, number 7. Thing is, it's really funny, because before I do this, I always vibe strongly into the ones that someone's gonna get, and I was literally picking this one up earlier and just looking at it and feeling quite bad, like anxiety. So I knew that was stuff coming in before I do the readings. Okay, I get like physical symptoms and stuff. So I knew someone was going to pick this one, and this was the one that I was vibing into because I was feeling anxious. So Sally Ann, this one's for you, and I do feel like there's a lot of anxiety going on with you, because I felt it before the show, basically, as I was tuning in. And I feel like a breath problem going on. Okay, so just bear with me a second. So this turmoil that you've been in, I feel like you've been in it for a little while, and you've now got like clogged up in your mind with, it's almost like not become stagnant, but it's like gone into that stage where it's just too much now. But what I was being told literally just then was it too shall pass. So, and it's actually going to pass a lot quicker than what you think it is. But where it's become stagnant in your thought process, if that makes sense, because it's kind of become like the norm. So basically what I'm trying to say is you've got used to, you don't like it, but you've got used to being in this sort of situation, and it's horrible. So now you've now got to the edge of it, and you're literally on the edge, and it's now starting to come down and close. So this is actually a really, really good thing. Okay. The anxiety you feel is actually quite like sort of crippling. Like I can feel it like going down from my throat all the way into like the kind of the pit of my stomach, and just sat on my stomach, like as if I you know, can't sort of swallow my food, and it's just sat there. And so I think that's how you're feeling. Basically, this is definitely a physical thing of you. This isn't spirit coming through, because sometimes spirit comes and they show, they put on you their physical symptoms, but this is you. So I'm picking up on your physical symptoms from this. And I feel like this has been going on for like a few years. So from that, it is coming to a close. So I've just got a really heartwarming flooding feeling coming in now with you. That is, it's almost like I saw like a sunshine, lift the lid, light, it's coming to a close. I'm being told that you needed to go through this, and for it to get to its kind of almost worst point of no return, to have a renewal, and then it's going to now be over. Okay, so it will be over sooner rather than later. So you've got cherry quartz. Okay, so cherry quartz is an alleviator of anxiety and stress. So it reduces stress, and it almost like vibrates, and it's like almost actually does reduce it. You cup it and it reduces. It's also an unconditional universal love stone. So what it will do is it will pump back love into places where there has been lack of love. So this is also a particularly good one. Situations on the horizon. So it alleviates anxiety for future events on the horizon. So regarding your situation, Sally Ann, it is very much coming to a reduction stage, and you've got anxiety about the future. So you've got anxiety on the future based on past experiences, but this one reduces the anxiety of those future events that actually haven't happened yet. So with universal love, it will condense it all down. So it's a very, very nice, feel like, there's a lot of courage stuff going on with you, where you haven't had the courage, but now you're coming out guns blazing. I kind of feel it's going to be quite forceful, but that's why you've been given this stone. Also, number 7, what did I say about number 7 earlier? It's protection. So number 7 is a protective number. So it's giving you this stone to help you in your next movement forwards, which is going to be over sooner rather than later, and protecting you with the number 7 as well. So this was number 7 in the box. Okay, so that was cherry quartz. So I hope that was helpful for you.
I think it has, with her last comment there, Sally, saying so love and light and healing. If everybody can send out some positive thoughts to Sally as well, I'm pretty sure that would help. And for everybody else who are feeling low today, and this is what SPtv is all about, is to help people like Bibs and others who come on our channel. So thank you for doing that for Bibs.
With the this is a really good one. So anyone else who is feeling the vibrations of like the Earth, because remember, it's always good to go and check yourself, check what the planets are doing when you're feeling emotional, because what they do is they actually have an impact on our energy field that then like what we were saying about the portholes and stuff earlier, protecting yourself, your energy has an impact on other people, likewise back at you. And sometimes we go around picking up these energies, and then we're there sat there like, oh, like that, when actually it might not necessarily be as bad as what we think it is. So this is why cherry quartz is a very good one, because it represents universal love, okay, where there's a lack of love. So if you use cherry quartz to vibrate that love out there, it will help reduce your sort of sadness and your icky feelings and things like that. Because whenever we give out love, we gain love back, but we have to do it unconditionally and universally. So yeah. Okay. Then we had
Mandy. Yeah, and she chose number 5.
She said a number 5.
Yeah,
oh gosh, she's got another 5. Okay. So instantly, like, I'm picking up with you straight away. I had a smile on my face and like quite a good feeling. So that to me indicates that I feel like there's something new about to happen for you. I'm being told now, opportunity, take it. Please say yes to the opportunity that you're going to be given. Okay. I feel like I'm picking up on you that you are quite grounded, but you need to go back and check yourself a bit more and get even more into your grounding techniques, okay? Because I feel like you're quite a stable person, and your thought process, the way you think, is because we all think differently, okay? And no one can think like anyone else. We are all unique to the way we are. There is no one the same as you, yeah? But if you were to look at us as a whole, we are kind of split into more like sort of 2 categories: people who think practically and people who think more up there, okay? So I feel like you are more of a person who thinks practically, and that's why you're quite good with homing in on grounding and making sure that you are sort of like on this earth, if that makes sense. But I'm being told that you need to just do it more, okay? And I'm being told that in your practical world and your physical world, which is your job, you know, things like that, there's going to be opportunity here, and that you're going to take it, and you should take it. I'm also now seeing like almost like pyrite, the gold crystal, which is indicating strength and stability, and incorporating that into your life. Communication as well. I'm being told that when you have this opportunity, you will actually know the answers, you will know what to do, and you will be able to speak it out and communicate it. I'm being told that you need to go back in your dream state and be thinking, rather than thinking of not how to do it, just saying it will be done and leaving it there. Do you know what I mean? Like, so putting it up there to the frequency or the universe or whatever you do whilst you're going into a dream state or meditative state of requesting, okay? So I'm being told that when you do your requests for manifestation, to be more kind of like put it out there and leave it there. Don't ask questions, just put it out there and leave it there, but say yes to the opportunity that will come your way, okay? So you've got Leopard Jasper, which is number 5. So number 5 is basically the death of something. So people get a little bit scared about that because they're like, oh my God, number 5 is death. No, it means it's the getting rid of something. It's the end, it's closure of something, and then it's renewal of something new. Okay, so basically the old has been and gone, it's done, and then now we're moving very quickly on to something new, but grounded. So number 5 is a grounded number. So it does represent, like what I've just said, stability, security, grounding, building foundations, new opportunities and new beginnings. Okay, and then you've then got the Leopard Jasper. So this is this assists in self-healing and like reducing, self-healing and reducing like any kind of anxiety that you're going to get from that self-healing. So it does it in a very warming, nurturing way. It literally, imagine being pulled into the ground and it's like sucking all of your sort of trauma and negative internal dialogue, your past, into the ground and kind of transmuting it somewhere else. And then it's drawing the nutrients up from the ground and pulling them through your body and into your mindset. So it's a very stable, secure stone. So that's Leopard Jasper. So I hope that was helpful for you.
Thank you very much. Hope that helps. Excuse me, for you, Mandy. Get that out. Let's hide that. We got more questions. We've got people asking for readings. Whatever you want to do, Bibs.
If I do another reading and then we'll do a few questions.
Okay.
So
Trish, we've got Paul Luke. Hi, Wendy. Rebecca's here reading. My life is difficult. She's giving you a number.
I'm drawn to Pamela Watson.
Okay, she said number 14. That's my mental age, you know, Bibs.
Isn't it all? We are all.
Oh, we've got to have
we are
fun.
all number 14.
when you reach a certain age, around 40, then yeah. She's back. I thought, oh God, I'll have to do it all.
No, I was just reading some of the comments. Sorry. Okay, so right, Pamela. Are you not sleeping at the moment? And I sense that there's like maybe a bit of an issue with a child, and I want to say a boy. Just with the sort of energy, like, so when I say energy, I mean maybe a transitional stage, that there's something going on, and finding it hard to communicate. And then from that, there's like some sleep issues going on for you. It's all a bit phasey, okay? So when it goes phasey, it's like that is almost like a representation or a mirror of how I'm feeling you are feeling. So I pick up on feelings and energy from the other person. So if I'm kind of being, I don't know if you noticed, but I kind of slowed down my speech and I'm kind of almost like looking around because I'm finding it hard to speak. So my energy is very different from the last reading I just gave, because I'm feeling like I'm mirroring you. Okay, so this is coming in quite strong, and I'm mirroring. See, look, and now I can't speak. I'm like slurring a bit. Of actually how you are feeling. So I'm feeling that you are feeling like very, very tired, not functioning like the way you would like to be functioning, and yeah, like actually almost like struggling for memory focus, clarity, a slight anxiety because I just got the breathing, the chest thing. And yeah, and just kind of walking around in a bit of a daze, and it's all hazy and you're like, whoa. So that's how I'm feeling. Okay, so anyway, moving on from that, the guidance here, hang on. Okay, I've just been told, because I sort of see things and I get told things, you just need to get the job done. So, and now I'm being told that you'll know what I mean. So you just need to get the job done. Hang on. This is a bit of a confusing one. No, I feel like that's you actually saying, I just need to get the job done. Okay, so right, yeah. Now I see what's going on now. I just need to get the job done, though. I just need to get the job done. So what it is you, I feel, have got an attachment, or you've somehow linked this thing of, oh gosh, I need to get something done here. I need to get something done. But you actually physically can't, because now you're so tired and you haven't got the memory focus or the brain functioning going on. You've got brain fog. So what you need to do is you actually need to take a step back from that mindset, which is easier said than done. But you need to actually go and take a chill, like seriously chill. Right, what is the guidance? I get the most random stuff in. Have you been to the cinema lately? Because I'm being told that you need to go to the cinema and watch like a really good movie. And I'm being told that in order to be able to get the things that you want to do, you need to go and do something else, which is completely different. Yeah, so it just takes your mind off it for like a bit and replace it with doing some fun things for yourself to almost clear the thought process. So then you can then allow the brain smog, fog, whatever you want to call it, to go. By having fun, you will use a different type of energy, which will then help you to sleep, okay? Because you would be going to sleep, you'll be tired still, but you'll be going to sleep on a higher energy, which is a more positive energy. So that is then going to be programmed into your mind to sleep, okay? Then you will then be able to start waking up better and being able to function better for your sort of ongoing things. Then that job that you need to just get done will actually start to just do. Does that make sense? So you've picked blue howlite, which is number 14. So number 14 represents spirituality and your sort of spiritual journey. Okay, so this is going to be quite good. And also what it represents is, it represents you bringing your spiritual journey, whatever your spiritual journey is, into your physical, which is what you need right now to help you in order with your life and your routine and your structure. It also represents communication as well. This stone is dark blue, so anything dark blue is communication out into the physical. And this also helps you process your thoughts before they become reactions and responses. So it becomes before they, it's particularly good with kids as well, kids who are autistic, things like that, or someone who's got a bit more high energy and doesn't know how to sort of process that. Sorry, I can see something on the screen. No, haven't been for a long time. I will take my grandson to the movies. Yeah, and I was going to say, it needs to be like a fun movie, something that is going to liven you up, okay? So blue howlite it releases attachments to sort of thought process. It helps you with processing your thoughts before they become things or before they manifest into the physical as a response or reaction, to which then will then help with sleep, because you're releasing those thoughts, okay? So that's blue howlite. That was for you. So I hope that was helpful. And just breathe.
I was just thinking that, actually, breathe. I need to breathe. Not me, obviously, for Pamela, but it just popped in my head. Breathe. Or did you just pass out? Anyway.
Yeah.
Just very quickly, tonight we have the show with Deb Clark and myself doing readings. And if it was anything like last week, all I can say, it turned into a comedy show. But it was great fun. So that's on tonight at 8 o'clock. And tomorrow we have Wendy Lindsay, a lovely Wendy, who's here doing her show in the afternoon. So there's Wendy there. Okay, there you go. So that's on at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Right. So you said you wanted to do some questions, if I remember rightly. Right. We've got quite a few. One I'm actually interested in, which I go around a lot of holistic fairs a lot. When I look at some crystals, I think, is that real? So Michelle, dear love, our lovely Michelle, has actually asked, how can you tell if a crystal is real?
Okay, so one top tip is I would always suggest buying from, if you are, like, for example, what you just said, out and about, you can actually see the crystals. Things on like eBay, you know, things like that. It's when you're buying, it's the price. If they're like quite cheap, you know that they're not going to be, you know, or they're not going to be ethnically sourced as well, because that's the issue as well. So I would say maybe research who you're buying from and find someone who you actually generally really do like, you know, because people can't lie really, because they can get, you know, sort of done for it. So I am obviously a retailer, but I source from a very ethnical wholesaler, and they actually go to the countries themselves. I specifically researched one who was ethical, and everything is real, basically, because they actually actively go and dig it up themselves. When you're just being given them, it's going to be things like how you can tell that they're fake is they just won't look the same. Like, it's a bit hard because you can get some glass, it's really quite horrible. I hate this bit about the you know, unfortunately with everything there comes a negative, doesn't it? You can tell in the definition of the crystal. So say like you get a quartz, okay, it will still have kind of shards in it, or a little bit of smoky cloudy bit in it, that type of thing. If it is just completely clear, then even though it's called clear quartz, if it's completely clear, it's probably glass, okay? And then obviously there's ones that are dyed as well, which is again the other confusing thing, because there is dyed. So like what I just showed you, the blue howlite, that is actually dyed, but it's actually, and this is howlite, it's the same one, but it's dyed, but it's dyed with intention. But with that, it is real, okay? But you will get some pieces. So if they run or something when you're washing them, then you kind of know that they're not real.
Yeah. I can see me now walking around these holistic fairs with my magnifying glass, checking if they're all real.
To be honest, I feel like if they're doing holistic fairs and stuff, they probably are real. It's normally just online where you're going to get because I really do feel that like a lot of people, they are genuine, and especially if they are actually actively going out into the field and physically, you know, here's a crystal to look at, people will be able to see that it isn't real.
They know a lot as well, don't they? When I've gone around, and they're usually 99% independent people who know their crystals, love crystals, give advice for free, like you're doing here. And see, I think you're 100% right there.
Actually, that's a very good point, Richard, because this is the other good thing to look out for, is when you're speaking, or say like you're at those holistic fairs, if they actually don't know what they're selling and they don't know their product or knowledge, then they maybe haven't looked at where they're buying it. So it's going to be more kind of like, So it does help to know, this is like what I said, every single one of my crystals is real and I have knowledge on it, so I can actually hand over that. Whereas it's also about the person as well. So if that person is selling to you or something like that and they don't know, you know, but don't get me wrong, sometimes it's okay, because sometimes I been to like crystal fairs and they've just got their book out. I'm like, I'm really sorry, I'm actually just going to check. And it's because they're still learning, but they're showing good intention, which means that if they're showing good intention, they probably have sourced it from an ethical, real person. So it's almost like the intention of it.
Right, did you want to ask another question, or do you want a quick reading? Because I know we're running out of time. Just before we answer that, some newsflash, everyone. I've just had the lovely Bill Hughes contact me and saying he's happy to come on tomorrow night to do live mediumship readings. So tomorrow night, along with me, Bill and I, will be live doing readings. God help us all. And obviously Deb and I tonight as well. So we're having double, and all this is for fundraising for Matt and Kirsty. So don't forget, if you can help us, please do. It's donations.spiritualpsychicstv.online, and it'll help them. Back to you, Bibs. I want to say back to you in the studio.
Back to me in the studio.
So we've got a lovely Kim Day who's just come on. Oi oi from the Philippines. Hope it's doing well. Nice to see you, Kim. We've had Terry asking for a reading. Rebecca's asking for readings. Who else can I see quickly? The reason I'm just going through the people who's given us numbers. Gina has given us a reading. Rebecca Whelan has given us a number. Terry was 14. Terry Wall was saying, I was thinking number 14 for her. Carol was saying 22. Rebecca's saying number 10. Gina's saying number 3. I'm just quickly going through. Carol Baker, 22.
Right, I'm going to do Gina.
Gina. Let's go right back. Gina was saying number 3.
Okay. I'm instantly like spinning the crystal because that's what I've been told to do. And I'm just saying the world is your oyster. And I feel like, hang on. So spinning, okay? The world is your oyster. And I'm being told that you're going to get annoyed with that, of me saying that, because you're like, yes, but I want answers. Okay? But what the guidance here is, what is coming through straight away is by asking that and saying that, it's spinning. Hence why I'm spinning this, okay? And so you're spinning. And whilever you're spinning, you're not going to get the answers. So you need to stop spinning and actually open up the intentions of the world as my oyster. So this is now an opportunity for you to have something come through for you, but this is a trust and faith in the universe conversation. So that spinning motion, it's almost sort of saying you don't need to spin anymore. And when I say spinning, I mean you're just going round and round and round. So you've picked a grounding stone as well. So grounding here comes in. And again, this is like intention setting. This is grounding you into your intentions for your future. Okay, we've had quite a few future ones today.
You have, yeah.
It's quite funny because sometimes they're all about past, but these are all seeming to be about the future events for people. Okay, so your future, the world is your oyster. So basically what they're presenting to you is, technically you can actually do whatever you want, and they're asking you to get that into your mindset and to start integrating that into your thought process and your mindset. Start creating a thought form for yourself. So a thought form for yourself is a new thought, okay? Because what we do is we live our lives normally based on old patterning of thoughts or things, so thoughts that have then become things. So why wouldn't we then go into our future thinking the same. But when we hit brick walls or something happens, we need to shift that, okay? Get that out of the way and then move on. And how we do that is we start requesting or manifesting, okay? So they are saying the world is your oyster. So the world is your oyster and you can have anything you want. So what is it that you want? So now is a time they're giving it to you. They're almost, I can see hands and they're offering it to you, almost giving you the oyster, yeah? And the world. So you're the oyster and the world is yours to have. So what is it do you want in your world? So it's asking you to go back and question, or actually just do a quick questioning for yourself, but don't linger in it too long, and then start to manifest.
Send out
again,
sort of thing.
Sorry, say that again.
Sending out the intention sort of thing.
Yes. So the intention. Again, like the lady before, you don't actually need to know what and how and when. You just need to trust and faith in the universe. So maybe go back and use trust and faith in the universe as an affirmation for yourself. They've given that to you. Trust and faith in the universe. I have trust and faith in the universe. So you've picked number 3. So number 3 actually represents cutting ties from the past. So flushing that out. And then it's connected to Earth Mother as well. So it is going to be very grounding. This is a calming stone. It's called Zebra Jasper. This one is really pretty. It's got it's all black and white. Okay, so remember your black is your protection. So this is going to be protecting you whilst you're releasing this type of energy. It stimulates the root chakra. So it's a good one to meditate with, and again, grounding you. And it neutralizes stressful situations whilst you're going through the stress. So it's going to help with transitional periods of time, which I do feel you are going through at the moment. But it neutralizes it. So neutralize is a good word because it actually calms and soothes at the same time and cools it all down. With you, I did find and feel that it will be calm, okay, and all of these things will be quite good, and your future events coming on the horizon, it's quite nice. Yes, okay, it's a nice calming feeling and lots of positivity there. Okay, so that's Zebra Jasper. That was number 3.
That is amazing. I find it fascinating when we get readers on the channel and they use all different types of divination tools like you and your crystals, how you get so much from that. Is it like you tuning into your psychic ability and mediumship and holding it, plus the knowledge of what the crystal does? That's absolutely fascinating. Yeah. Anyway, that's just me. Just me. Right. Bibs, I think we've run out of time, young lady, because obviously you have a life. You got things to do. But before we go, I'm going to introduce someone to everyone, with Bibs here as well, of course. I'm not going to kick Bibs off yet because we love her too much. But I'm going to bring in our lovely Dawn. Hi, Dawn.
Hi, everyone.
So this is Dawn, everyone.
I loved it.
She's going to be taken over temporarily, of course, for the brunch show while Alison sorts out her electrics and her kitchen. And I must admit, it looks very posh at the moment, her new kitchen. So Dawn's happily stepping in to the mad role as presenter, co-host, and everything like that. And so when she starts the show, we're all going to do a runner. How are you feeling about taking over for a little while, Dawn?
I'm looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. It's an honor to be asked. So I'm really excited.
And as you know, Dawn is a medium and a teacher herself as well. And she was on Bill's show last week. So if you're not quite sure, watch Bill's show from last week and you see Dawn doing her mediumistic skills. She's all right, but passes the time, what I mean? So thanks for stepping in. But obviously, no doubt Alison will probably just say, no, let her carry on. I'm quite happy to sit and watch. No, we want you back. There you go. Alison's just come up and said, thank you, Dawn, for taking over the show. Not taking over the show, Alison. Good try. Did you see that? Very good try. Bless her heart. So I'm going to leave you on. Rebecca saying hi to you as well. We've got Tina saying, thanks, Bibs, for coming on. Lots of people saying, welcome, Dawn. Thanks for your time. So everybody's saying hi. I'm going to leave you on at the end. So I just want to say thanks, Bibs, for coming on today and being here and giving readings, giving you wonderful advice. And I'm actually going to watch the next show because I don't get. Well, I like to have some days off, but that has just fascinated me. Absolutely fascinated me, and I'm learning. And every day's a learning day, isn't it?
Every day's a school day.
Yeah.
Every day's a school day, yeah. Or
Every day's a school day.
Yeah. So yeah, Jennifer is saying thanks, Bibs. Cheeky Alison says she tried.
Thank you for watching, everybody, and thank you for letting me read.
So if anybody wants to get hold of Bibs, you can do. Don't forget, please visit her Facebook page. You'll find out. And you sell crystals as well, Bibs, so people can buy from there, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do crystal readings. I do teaching workshops. And obviously sell the crystals and spiritual gifts as well.
Cool. And go to website,
Crystal Clear Workshops on Facebook.
You're slowly breaking up there, but so go along to Crystal Clear Workshops. Pip does workshops, sells crystals, gives advice, give private one-to-one readings, so you can contact her from there. Bibs, if a VIP is watching and wants to book with you, would they get a small discount?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, got to put you on the spot. I'm trying to bring money to you. I'm trying to get money to you.
Yeah, I can do that. For me, though, it's more about actually just giving over that time to that person who needs that reading, because they are really important to people. So, I don't obviously do it for the money. It is an energy transfer, isn't it? And it really does make me happy when people gain some kind of nurture or something from the readings. I just want to help people, really. So yeah.
I think that was quite obvious at the event. Well, plus you're doing this. I just still can't believe the queues that people just staying behind, asking for advice and guidance, and everybody was patient. It was like, it's dinner time. Let her go and have her dinner, sort of thing. But it was wonderful to watch, and that it clearly comes across the passion that you have for crystals and for people. It was lovely to watch. It really was. So, but anyway, I'm waffling on because I can just hear Alison and Terry saying, "Oh, shut up, Richard, and get on with it." So I just saw Dawn's head nod then, cheek. Anyway, so from me, from Bibs, and from Dawn. And you see Dawn from next week. I've got to teach her how to run this software yet. She's going to scream. I know it. So from us, I'm going to say goodbye. Have a great day. See you tonight. Don't forget from 8 o'clock with Deb Clark and I. And tomorrow afternoon, we've got Wendy Lindsay at 1 o'clock. So bye, everyone.
All right. Bye-bye.